Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, coach of your Wexford Wailords, and welcome to week 4 in the UBL, the Ultimate Battle League. We are coming off a win, so we're now 2-1 after the first 3 weeks in the UBL, and hopefully we can pick up where we left off last week and grab another W this week. So, yeah, this week we're up against Denki, or Denkai, or... me pronunciations don't really work out too well, but he is the coach of the Cincinnati Slifer Reds. I know Yu-Gi-Oh reference there, but I kind of like it though. I'm digging it. And he's also, if I remember correctly, I think he's 2-1, but I might be mistaken on that one at the moment. But he has a very good team, and he's actually one of the more tougher teams in our conference this year as well. So or this season. So definitely going to be a very tough matchup. His team, as you can see above me now, consists of Zygarde 50%, Tornadus T, which is his Z captain, Suicune, Lycanroc, Dustform, Metagross, Mega Houndoom, Rotom, Miltank, Rabombi, Marini, and Golurk. So he's got a very interesting team, very interesting squad, very tough squad. Zygarde 50% is no joke. It's so tough to deal with Zygarde 50% because he's got that 1000 arrows. So like there's very few switch-ins to it. Like normally you need a bulky grass type or something like that to come in, but the unfortunately is like our grass type is very offensive, and Zygarde does get Iron Tail as a counter to the Tapu Bulu, which isn't fantastic. Tornadus T is a great pivot with the Regenerator. You can bring the Soft Vest with that, have a U-turn in front of your face, and as a Z-Cap as well is very good. Because as we've known that from other leagues on this channel, that Tornadus gets a great deal of coverage, so it'll be quite difficult to deal with that. Suicune, if you don't prep for it properly, will sweep. Metagross is actually a little bit of a sleeper pick in my opinion. It's bulky, it's a pseudo, it's got 600 base stats. It has a great deal of utility to it. Like I think it's a really good pick. Miltank with the Sap Sipper is a little bit annoying for our Tapu Bulu. And then after that, I'm not too worried about some of his team. Like Mega Houndoom is obviously a threat because it's fast and it's powerful. And with Soda Power, it means that we can't exactly bring Torkoal because we're just feeding into Mega Houndoom's hands there. But yeah, I'm not overly worried about that because Megalopoly just beat that up significantly. But yeah, I think we can kind of deal with this team somewhat, and I'm bringing kind of a different team than what I've normally brought for the first few weeks. Like the first few weeks, I've kind of normally gone with a bit more of a defensive kind of approach and just more of a wear and tear kind of thing approach, and then allow the likes of Megalopoly and Tapu Bulu to come in and kind of clean up towards the end, or clean up when I can see fit that it's safe to bring him in and just hit something really hard. So a little bit more offensive for me this week. I feel that because his Pokemon are very fast, that it'll be easy for him to kind of get momentum off me if I'm a bit too defensive, a bit too passive. And with the likes of Zygarde, I can just click 1000 hours on us continuously. It's not going to be a fun time for us. So I figured we'd bring a little bit more offensive pressure here, so I can actually grab momentum back whenever we lose it, because of just the way his team looks to me set up wise. He can kind of bring in stuff and always scare one of my defensive threats out, and I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to. I like momentum, alright? But anyways, that's enough of me just gibbering on about. And I should say that the link to Denkei's channel will be in the description down below before I dive into this. But anyways, details on the team that we're going to be bringing today. Out in front, we're going to bring Lola and Megalopoly this week. Kind of similar to last week, really, with High Jump Kick, Return, Ice Punch, and Fake Out. I didn't see too much of a need to change it set-wise, because he's got the Zygarde, which we need Ice type coverage for, both especially and physically, so we're bringing that because Zygarde is a sleeper on his team in my opinion. Bring High Jump Kick, Return, and just for the dual stabs that just hit everything. And I was going to go Power Up Punch. I really was going to go Power Up Punch this week, but I kind of went Fake Out instead because I felt like Zygarde was going to be a problem, and one or two other things like can kind of come in, and I won't be able to get the kill with them. But with Fake Out plus an additional move, I might be able to pick up the kill with him after that. So I kind of decided to go with Fake Out as well. I'm just afraid of priority, or just a little bit afraid of priority and all that kind of stuff, you know. I was going to go Power Up Punch because I felt like I might be able to get a Power Up Punch off on a switch, and if that was the case, then I can get more Megalopoly up to +1 attack, and that would be lovely. But Miltank would, when I look at his team, I'm kind of like, you know, if he brings in Tornadus, I'm more likely going to switch after I go for the Power Punch, because that scares me, because it might be Scarf, so I don't want to deal with that. You know, like, to be honest, I was looking at and really like a Rock, Mega Houndoom were the kind of only two people Pokemon I was comfortable going for the Power Punch on, and I didn't really like that, so went Fake Out instead. This is probably the first week that I'm forced to go Jolly, because he's got the Ribombee, which is lightning quick, with 124 base speed, so that forced me to go Jolly with 168 speed, 252 attack, 84 in HP, so we have that odd number there, and then 4 in Speed F. That's what we're running with this week, EV wise, just simply because Ribombee is so fast. It does mean Megalopoly does not have that kind of wall breaking, hard hitting potential as it did in previous weeks, but you know, we're still going to be a huge threat, and we're still going to be lightning quick, and we can still kind of clean up. So I'm not going to complain too bad about it. I think Megalopoly can kind of do a bit of work for us, and I'm hoping that is the case. So that's kind of one of my more standard sets. I kind of got a little bit more different this week, as I was saying at the start, and you can definitely see in Neat our Tapu Bulu with Wood Hammer, Substitute, Sword Stance, Focus Punch, 220 EVs in speed, 252 in attack, 32 in HP, 4 in special defense. We have enough speed EVs to outspeed the Metagross, and the Metagross does get Butter Punch, so we don't actually want to stay in a Metagross ever. But we have enough speed to outspeed creep all of that, because the rest of this team is pretty much like Golurk and Marini aren't like they're slow, but the rest of this team do outspeed Tapu Bulu, so no need to worry about that. And well, no need to worry about speed creep in that. But then the rest of what's called, then obviously the rest of it is attack and whatever, and a little bit more bulk. But then I was kind of wondering as to what I could bring on Bulu, because Bulu obviously hits like a truck, so I was kind of really wanting to bring it this week, and I decided to go with Woodhammer Subs, SD, and Focus Punch, because if I'm up against Lycanroc Dust, I can go for Sub and click the Woodhammer. Suicune, I can go for Sub. I can live a Scald. I can click Woodhammer, Sword Stance, Focus Punch. Same with the Miltank. Miltank is going to be very bulky. I can just go for the Substitute, go for the Focus Punch then, absolutely wreak havoc on it. Marini, something similar around, well, I don't even want to particularly stay in Marini, but something similar around that. Golurk, very similar again. I can just click Sub. Whenever I come in and force a switch, I just click Sub. Every time, just click Sub, Substitute, set up our Sub, and we'll be fine. So that's the kind of reason why I went for the Substitute, and then behind the Substitute, I can go for the SD if I kind of feel like he's not going to pick my Sub off, or I can just go for the Focus Punch or a Woodhammer. Focus Punch does insane damage to the Miltank and the Mega Houndoom that can kind of come in on the Woodhammer. Not Mega Houndoom, but definitely Miltank with Sap Sipper. And then a couple of other stuff can kind of doesn't like coming down the Woodhammer. Even Tornadus T doesn't like coming down the Woodhammer when we hit the Grassy Terrain up, so kind of happy with that. Then plus with the Grassy Terrain leftovers combo, we're constantly getting HP back up when we do click the Substitute button. So I didn't feel a need to go for Hornleech then. I said let's just go for sheer power. Let's just start breaking stuff. So kind of decided let's go for the Voodoo there. I think it might do a bit of work, because we're definitely going to be able to scare a couple of Pokemon out, and I figured that might be the best way to go about it. One thing I actually did I'm a little bit concerned about is Trick on his team. He's got a few Pokemon that can Trick, and that does make me a little bit scared for my next Pokemon team, and that is Ironside the Fortress. So I decided to bring Fortress this week again, solely to deal with Zygarde, solely to come in on Zygarde and just wall it or something along that ilk. What I am going to do differently though is I am going to get rid of Rapid Spin. I want Toxic, and I'm live team build here, and I'll put Defog on Fabled. But I was kind of on the. I was going back and forth between the two when I was first team building this, and then I decided when I watched I decided I'll figure it out later. But I do want Toxic and Fortress. I want Fortress to be able to come in on the Zygarde and a couple of other like physical Pokemon. Like Lycanroc does get serious coverage, which is a bit scary, but it does get Fire Fang. But I'm happy enough to kind of just, you know, I got enough bulk to come in and take it. I got enough bulk to come in on Metagross. I got enough bulk to come in on the Miltank, and a couple of other stuff as well. Like physically, we deal with pretty much everything bar the Lycanroc Dusk, so we just gotta watch out for that. And then after that, I'm going to rely on this, like the Fable to be my special wall. I have put 252 HP, 164 in defense, and 92 in Spadef. So 92 in Spadef is basically for us to live a couple of straight hit power fires from the likes of a Bombi and a couple of other Pokemon that might have it, like the Zygarde and such, that just might have that kind of niche, and we can kind of live one toxic off and just get out, like, you know, and just get out of battle. So kind of figured that might be the best play to go about. I wanted Stealth Rocks and Spikes this week because I figured I can put enough pressure on his team to kind of do both, and while having both, that would allow me to Loda to kind of get be able to have the potential to clean up late game a bit more easier, because we'll have the excess, the loss of the damage output from being jolly on Lola will be negated by having a couple layers of spikes up on his team. So that was the kind of idea behind that. Yes, I did articulate that correctly. Brilliant. But that is Ironside solely to deal with just a couple of physical threats on his team. And then of course I'm very worried about having Trick on Ironside, because if it does, that puts Ironside near enough useless, and we're kind of stuck with that. Next up, we are bringing Sparks Mega, and I am actually a little bit excited to bring Sparks this week. I've thought about bringing Sparks before, but I think this is the week that we actually do bring it. Rocking out Bug Buzz, Air Slash, Hidden Power, Ice, and Protect. This is here solely to kind of come in on the Zygarde. When we start playing a little bit of mind games with it, when it starts de-dancing up, we can kind of bring it in, and we can kind of say, well, you're either going to go for a move, or you're going to go, or you're going to predict me to go for the Protect and go for de-dance again. So your call here, bud. We kind of play, so kind of a way to be able to play a bit of mind games here, and we get a little bit nice bit of damage off on a couple of Pokemon as well that Lola and Tapu Bulu can't quite deal with, such as the Rotom. We can come in, Bug Buzz that's gone. We can kind of hit the Miltank a little bit, which is nice. We hit, we also do a nice bit of damage to the Metagross, which is kind of cool. I'm very happy with that with Bug Buzz, so I'm not going to complain. And then we have Hidden Paralysis for the Tornadus and the Zygarde. So we kind of have a nice little bit of coverage to kind of come in, click a button, hit something, get back out again, that kind of thing. Or be able to kind of do half and say, well, half your health is gone on the switch, so I'm just going to click this move again, and that kind of stuff. So a little bit of another option for us to be able to kind of clean up late game when we've worn his team down a bit, and also gives us a little bit of pressure, because with speed boost we'll always have that the speed, we'll always be able to outspeed as the more we progress through the battle, or the more turns there we go, that Yanmega is in for. Set wise, it's 252 HP, 252 special attack, 4 in Spadef. The reason why that is because we speed tie with Zygarde, and I don't want to be the case where we're slower than Zygarde, because that's not going to be fun. Let's be honest about that. So I figured we'll try and speed tie with the Zygarde. It would have been nice to have been modest, but alas, that's not going to be the case this week. We're going to be timid, and we'll see how it goes. I think it'll put a nice bit of work. It'd be cool to see it actually pick up a kill. I'd be I'd be delighted with that. But I figure we'll bring out Mega and bring the offense a little bit. So that's Sparks. Hopefully it'll do it. You can kind of it covers the few Pokemon that were not quite covered just yet. Next up, we're bringing Charmed and Mesprit. Choice Scarf set. I figured I wanted a Choice Scarf for this week, especially with Mesprit. I want to be able to kind of put a bit of pressure on his team. To be honest, I was thinking about bringing this physically defensive, but the Zygarde still runs through it, so I wasn't too keen on that, because we can kind of come in, he's going to go for 1,000 arrows, we're going to get hit by that, you know, he can click Outrage then. It's not a good time for us really. I wasn't too keen on it, unlike Garchomp last week, where we could kind of come in and walled Garchomp very nicely. But yeah, I just, as I said at the start, I kind of want to be a bit more offensive this week, so I said let's bring the Choice Scarf and let's put our best foot forward when it comes to actually being getting that momentum. Bolt Beam on this team is extremely good. Tornadus doesn't like it. Zygarde doesn't like the Ice Beam. Suicune doesn't like the Thunderbolt. Rotom doesn't like the Ice Beam. Marine doesn't like the Thunderbolt. It's great. It just works both ways. Miltank could be thick fat here, rather than Sap Sipper, but if he's thick fat, then like we'll be able to play around that, like, you know, because we have the Megalopine, and can kind of come in, high jump kick, Miltank, and we're gonna be fine. And then we have Ironside that can just toxic it, slowly wear it down. You kind of catch my drift there. So Bolt Beam I thought was necessary. I went for U-turn then, because that completes a U-turn what's called a Volt-turn combo with Ironside, which I think is going to be really good this week. We have a Soul Volt-turner, a fast U-turner that'll be able to kind of get momentum back from the Slifer Reds. And then I was debating whether to bring Psychic Stab, but when I was looking through his team, didn't look like I needed, but I did need some way to be able to kind of smack the Metagross, so I said let's bring the Shadow Ball. So that's what we're going with. We're going with Shadow Ball. Granted, Mega Houndoom, whenever he sees Mistbrick, has a free kind of switch, because you know, it should be able to take a hit, but after a while it won't be too much. So I can't, like, it's a free switch whenever Mistbrick picks up a kill, but because he can kind of come in, pursue trap, nasty plot, you know, scary stuff. But after that, like, you know, it's not great for him. And then of course, when if Mega Houndoom picks off something I got, Mega Lopunny can just kind of come in, just click high jump kick, bye bye, see you later. So yeah, no, I think Mistbrick kind of gives us a nice other little bit of offensive coverage, coupled with Sparks, that that will kind of chip away his team and allow Bulu and Lola just kind of smack the rest of this team very hard. Then last but not least, I am bringing Fabled Florges this week. Again, a bit of a different kind of set. 252 HP, 64 defense, 92 special attack, 100 Spadef with the Calm nature. The reason why we're bringing such special bulk is so as we can take Sludge Bombs for the Mega Houndoom better, so that doesn't become so much of an issue. 92 special attack, so our Moonblast can hit the Mega Houndoom and a couple of other of his Pokemon for roughly 50%. So like, they'll come in on the rocks, we go for the Moonblast, it's guaranteed to a KO. So that's the reason why we have that little bit of extra investment in the special attack, and then I put the rest into the defense so we can kind of live a couple of hits from certain Pokemon like the Zygarde. Pretty much Zygarde in particular, I was just kind of like, I was just kind of thinking, can I just get a little bit more special bulk so that Zygarde doesn't hit me too badly when it comes to if I'm forced to come in on it, you know, and try and Moonblast and scare it out. So that was the idea behind Florges with the EVs. Moveset wise, Defog, Aromatherapy, Wish, Moonblast. I want to get rid of Hazards on my team because he's got a couple of really nice hazard setters. Aromatherapy, so I can heal my team up if he decides to bring like Toxic Spam or whatever. Wish, because I want to be able to pass it in, especially into Ironside and a couple of other stuff. And then of course Moonblast just for a bit of offense, just for something to kind of click and hit a couple of his Pokemon with. So yeah, no, that's the kind of idea of just being a cleric and whatnot. I'm hoping that this team actually does the work for us this week. As I said, a little bit different to the previous few weeks I felt the first 3 weeks have gone well for us. But I've a feeling that I just want to kind of change up a little bit, so you know, we don't become too stale and people can kind of read what we're kind of doing. So I decided let's change up a little bit, and hopefully we can kind of catch this guy on the bounce and pick up a W. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here today, you guys. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please click the like button down below for me. If you guys got any comments on today's video, be it good, bad, or different, let me know in the comment section down below, including your thoughts on the team, what I think the result will be, how you think we're going to get on, that kind of stuff. And lastly, if you want to see more Wexford Wailords action coming away on this channel or more content in general, please smash the subscribe button down below for me. On that note, I'm going to out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.